Hi there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. This is a Mitsubishi Delica Star Wagon, and this one here is a high roof with a turbo diesel, 2.5 liter engine. This one has a stock height, even though raising these is somewhat popular. Stock bush bar on the front, stock fog lights. The car was bought from auction here in Japan, and we're going to be sending this one to the USA. As with most of these Delicas, they have been quite popular in the USA. Condition of this one, well, it's a grade 3 at auction, but I'd say that it's a pretty good grade 3. And if it were my car, I'd be pretty happy with it. The Delica is a sweet minivan. It's boxy, has lots of space inside, very reliable, robust and good off-road. And not perfect off-road. You know, it is more of a soft roader than it is a hard roader, but it is selectable four-wheel drive, and then low gear ratio as well. And then diff on the front is auto locking, and so it's something like a limited slip diff. So this one here is the auction inspection sheet. I'll go over that in just a second. It has 195,000 kilometers, but it is the Chamonix version, which would be the mountain in France for skiing. And I guess people in France that go skiing are expecting to get their cars extra dirty, because the point of the Chamonix version is that it handles the wear better because of the special designs on the seat, high plush carpets that are hard wearing, and special Chamonix graphics on there. Cool. Okay, so we'll take a look at the vehicle compared to the auction inspection sheet. I'm going to turn the engine off because there's really no purpose in having it running at the moment, and it's a diesel engine. It's going to be a little bit noisy. These are fantastic vehicles. I think everybody needs a Delica, or two of them. Got to mention this before I forget. This bottom piece here was pushed up a little bit. It has hit something and has been pushed up a bit. Otherwise, it's fine. Okay, so 1993 Delica, auction grade 3 with an interior C. But like I said, I think that this one's pretty good. Usually when you go with auction grade 3 or 3.5 of the Delica, you're prone to possibly getting a vehicle that might not be that good, but this one's probably better than I expected it to be, and so thumbs up. Just be careful though, if you're trying to get one that's better than expected, you've got a much higher chance of getting one that's worse than expected. And so I think it's a win on this case, but don't try to get something like this if you're going to be buying from auction. So 195, 329 kilometers on here. Engine is a 4D56 diesel turbo. These ones come with the 2500cc, and then the next generation, the Space Gear, comes with a 2800, which is a little bit more refined. But I kind of like the shaky engine feeling of this engine, although it's not spectacularly fast, and so do keep that in mind. Seat and headliner are dirty. The driver's seat is pretty dirty. The rest of the car is really not that dirty compared to your average Delica. Interior wear and dirty. Headrests ×5 are missing. Underside has surface rust. Rear panel has a corrosion hole, and I'll show that. Okay. What is this? Oh, exhaust leak. I didn't really hear anything, but it probably is there somewhere. Aftermarket wheels with a question mark. They're not. Those are the original wheels. They are just black when they're supposed to be silver. I think somebody painted them with spray paint. And then winter tires on here, 2017 tires, and so that's a nice win. Very scratches and dents. And then looking at the body here, we have some massive dents in the roof at the back. Paint peeling on the roof. It's actually really bad, paint peeling. Paint fade on the front section. Now the roof you can't see because it's up high, but yeah, it is peeling really badly, and I'll show you. S1 on the front. That's something I wouldn't worry about. It's basically just this. And around the license plate bracket. And yeah, that's an offset license plate bracket. So, kind of cool. In some areas, it's actually not allowed, but usually the police don't know the rules. What else do we got? Small dent here, repainted section here. I'd say that the body's quite good in this one. Let's do it once around, and then I'll show the damage. This is a two-tone navy blue and silver. I think it's a good color. I think most of the ones that we see are in like a navy blue, a forest green color. The color of that one over there that I just shot. Can't zoom that far with this camera. Or with this lens, pardon me. I like the blue, it looks good. I find Mitsubishi paint to be a little bit on the thin side, so it tends to peel faster than other paints and tends to scratch like more. Like you don't have as much paint to go through if you're going to be polishing out your scratches. Same thing on the Mitsubishi Evos, like Lancer Evolution. Okay. So yeah, not an awful lot to talk about because it is in good condition, but that's a good thing. Let's go over the damages. Okay, so it's missing all of the sign here that says Chamonix. You can paint that on there. You can still see Chamonix on there. These are the standard headlights on it. Got a few rock chips here and there. And then the faded section is right on the eyebrow here. And then a lot more on this section over here. I'm going to show you the roof from the back section over here simply because I can show you not only the roof, but also the massive dents in it. And there's something stuck on. Let's see if I can walk on this. Check it out. Acrobat Derek. Yeah, that's the old style antennas for watching TV. So you can just peel that off if you don't like it. Mirrors are pretty bad. So time for a sand and a paint by the looks of it. This mirror is super handy. You look at it from the driver's seat into this circular mirror, and you can see how far your front section is away from everything else, because from the driver's seat you can't see this bush bar. It can be a little bit difficult to understand without that mirror. Okay, as you can see, side panels are pretty good. Condition of the paint is pretty good. Now the rear panel corrosion is right here. I'm going to show you in a second. Got some surface rust on the wiper arm. And some scratches up here. And some scratches here. Can you see that? You can see the reflection of me. There you go. Alright, now this back section here, I don't know why it is, but there are a number of these little dots that can be opened. And 1, 2, 3 of the dots is missing. Or are missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of them can open up. I don't know why they can do that. And it looks like one of them here, they do have holes underneath. So like this hole goes into another hole down below more. And underneath these holes has corroded. That's the rear panel. Now you can't really see it. You can see some damage here. You can't really see the rusted sections. You can go under here and you can see it. To me, that's not a big deal. Like I said in the other video that comes with this, pop this off, angle grinder with a wire brush on it, and then repaint it. It's not something that you can see. It's maybe like if the car gets in an accident, but whatever protection that section of the car is doing is more than made up for with the whole back section here. So to me, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you did want to weld some metal into there, you could. Like I said, no big deal. Underside is quite good, and I think that's everything in terms of damage. Let me just check this sheet again. Okay, on to the interior. So, upgraded door cards in this one, a little bit of warping here. If you've seen these videos before, you know that that's a common thing. Those door handles will warp. They never come off. They always seem pretty good. I like the pattern of the seats, very 90s. It's cool. And then you can see here sagginess and some dirtiness in the seat, especially around this area here. Worn off paint in this section is pretty common. And then no floor mats. It usually does have some. And then stains in this section here. Now, it doesn't smell like mold or anything inside the car, so that's good. Hop in. 195, 420 kilometers. I'd still say that there's a lot more life left in this one. This section here is stock. AC works, but it's not that strong. Could be better. Needs a recharge of gas, I would think. Shifting is good. 4-wheel drive, I didn't check, but I'm assuming it's good. Okay. Headliner, you can see, sort of, is a bit dark. Tinted windows on this, as you can see, aftermarket tint. And makes for a dark interior, even though it is a sunny day today. Okay, so these seats in the back can swivel around and point in 2 directions. In fact, I think they can point in the side direction, like toward the door too, if you really want. And then this is a fold down seat. Also, these can turn into a sleeping area because you can put this seat all the way down to a flat surface, and you can do the same with that one over there. This one slides forward, and so this gives you a full sleeping area if you really want, making this something that in the US has become quite popular to live in your van because nobody can afford to live in California, is what one of our customers said. Everyone in California lives in a van because no one can afford to live there. Quite clean. Nice, I like it. And comes with antenna. Curtains as well, making it so much easier to live inside your van. And looks like some screw holes up there for something that has been removed, but I don't know what that would have been because there is no stock piece that goes up there that I'm aware of. Maybe there is. Maybe it was something like an air freshener, like some sort of an obscure, not seen in very many versions item. So these seats are in the full back position. This is your minimum amount of rear cargo room. And then you're missing 5 of the headrests, as was mentioned on the auction sheet. And this is a 60-40 split, so you can fold one section down or the 60% down. Okay, so end of the story of this van. It's going to be heading over to the USA now. Where's it going? Long Beach. Ooh, it is going to California. You can rent it out for $1,000 a month for someone to live in. Okay, we're going to be run over by a Toyota if I don't get out of the way. I don't even know what that is. Toyota Wish, maybe? Let's look at the back. Toyota Prius Alpha. I don't know my cars. Prius Alpha is the Prius Plus, I think, in the USA. But they're 7-seater here in Japan because they have lithium batteries. Okay, there it is. That's the end of the story. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.